Please be seated. Mr. Mpela, Mr. Shandu, Ms. Mpafudi, members of the governing body, Ms. Caminos, departmental heads, subject heads, teachers, parents, and our matriculants, good morning. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to you all at this wonderful milestone in the class of 2022's Valedictory Assembly, as we celebrate the achievements of our learners in this, their final assembly. I am so pleased that we are able to gather today in person, something we can't take for granted anymore. To our matriculants, I offer my congratulations on your academic successes, the culmination of many years of dedication and hard work. Before we start, some housekeeping. Please could I ask that all photos and videos are taken after the assembly. We are live streaming the event, and this will be available on YouTube. I now ask Ms. Mpafudi, our SGB chairperson, to open this morning's proceedings with a scripture reading.
Good morning, the circuit manager. Good morning, the IDSO of the school, parents that have made this a success, staff members of Bracken High, the candidates of the class of 2022. I'd like to greet you all this morning as a parent's representative in the institution. I'd like to read from the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12. It reads as follows: "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." I would like to ask ourselves this morning in this hall to bow our heads and take a short prayer. Father God, we thank you for the day that you have made it available for us and possible for us to celebrate. We invite you in this institution to bless us, to keep us safe, to give us all the life strength for us to make a better life for our children. We ask you to protect our children as they are about to charter in a new environment. Protect them, Lord. Guide them, Lord, and give them the wisdom to be the better leaders and better citizens of our country in future. We ask this specially, Lord, in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ, to always give them an excellent health, to always protect them, Lord, from whatever activity that they are going to be engaging themselves on, to be able to achieve all their needs and all their expectations, and bless the parents that have been in the journey for the past years. We ask this in the name of the mighty God, that you bless all the teachers that have gone through the journey and give them the strength as they are about to take them through their examination, that Lord, all of them, they achieve their grade 12 certificates, not just the certificate, but let them qualify, Lord, through your grace to be in the bachelors. We ask in this in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I just want to take this opportunity and thank Dr. Ulwe for inviting the SGB to be part of this session. And I want to take 2 minutes to say to the matriculants, you are having a different name today. You are Bracken High candidates. In whatever you're going to be doing, in making sure that you take your life to a better level, know that the culture that you have been brought about by your parents from the day when you are still a child to date, and the culture that you have learned at Bracken High, you don't drop it. Never ever go out there and copy wrong cultures. Stick to the culture that you have been taught. It will make you a better person in future. You're going into tertiary institutions. You're going to be coming across different distractions. Never ever lose focus. Stay focused to your education. You're coming from different families. You have different situations. You have different challenges. All you need to look forward for is for you to achieve that qualification at a tertiary institution, be it a college, be it a university, and come back and be a better citizen of our country. We are solely depending on you. We are solely relying on you to take this country and to protect this country to a better country where we can, as parents, as elderlies, can live in a safe country knowing that our children have the potential and the capabilities to make sure that our country become a better country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Mpafudi. Let us all now stand and join in the choir in the singing of our national anthem. we move on to our farewell messages. We start with our RCL President, James Kasanda, followed by Ms. Kaminos, our acting principal, and then Mr. Dinkelman, our grade 12 tutor, will deliver their farewell messages.
To all the parents, the guardians, family members, other guests, and of course the matriculants, to all in attendance today, good morning. I think we can all agree that it is human nature to take our achievements as well as the milestones that we reach, we don't take consideration. We also take the milestones and the achievements that our peers and the people that we love, we don't really understand what it means. Matric is both an achievement and a milestone. Getting to matric is not easy. A matriculant is a person who has not only accomplished getting past the educational aspects of school, but also the social aspects of school. Throughout our years of high school, we have all faced difficult challenges, outside and inside of school. We had to get through a pandemic while also learning through a pandemic. We had to get through class as usual, but there was nothing usual about it. It wasn't easy. Individually, we faced hardships. Some of us lost people close to us, people that we wish could have been here today, but we survived. We've overcome stressful moments, written countless of tests and exams, and here we are. We are able to call ourselves matrics. Not only that, but we are matrics of one of the best schools in the district. We are matrics of Bracken High School. I'm sure that the parents and guardians, whoever came here today, played a huge role in raising each matriculant here this morning. I am someone who believes in taking pride in your accomplishments, so I'll present you with this opportunity. I would like to greet you again, and if you're so kind, I ask that with the utmost pride in yourselves, as well as in those that you have come with today, for making it to this point, for raising matriculants, for raising warriors who have overcome trials and tribulations. I ask that when I greet you, you greet me back and put on show the pride that you have. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for that. While we're here today, we are here to acknowledge and celebrate our accomplishments. But our journey is not over yet. Matrics, we still have finals. But even so, I ask that the parents be patient with us matrics. And we matrics ask that we work as hard as we possibly can so that we complete this year with no regrets. Also, as we approach finals, let us not dwell on the regrets of the past, because the past is full of regrets. And these regrets of the past, they infect our thoughts on the future. They fill us up with anxiety. So by a process of elimination, all we have is the present where we are most happy, the present, that we can control. Let us live by this principle. Let's take control of our present. Matrics, cut all distractions off. Delete social media. Delete TikTok. For the time being, just until after finals. Thank you, parents. Let us understand as well that we are imperfect in nature. This is for the parents especially. Some may thrive in certain subjects more than others. Some may thrive in certain sports more than others. And some thrive in the arts. So be proud of yourself. Do not compare your success to others. We are all different. Earlier on this year, I spoke at an assembly, and I shared a principle that I personally live by. It has to do with the concept of perishing and when exactly one perishes. A person doesn't perish when they relocate to another area and they can't be seen. Not even when they pass away. The only time that I believe a person perishes is when they are forgotten. I mentioned that we're all different, but still we are able to ensure that we never perish. We can all ensure that by our actions that change the world for the better, we will never perish. This doesn't necessarily mean being Elon Musk or amounting the profits and the capital that Oprah has. No. This, you can do this by the little things, complimenting an employee in the workplace, complimenting a learner in school, being kind to people, always offering aid wherever it is needed. This is how you'll forever stay in the memories of others and you'll never perish. The biggest lie ever told didn't come from politicians or criminals. I'm not sure if there are any politicians in here. I don't mean to offend anyone. The biggest lie ever told came from each and every one of us that are in this room. So what is the biggest lie ever told? It's not that simple. It's not that simple. That's the biggest lie ever told. It's not that simple. We tell ourselves this when faced with adversity. I want to be kinder, but it's not that simple. I want to start studying, but it's not that simple. I want to achieve great things in my life, but it's not that simple. It is that simple. Work hard, stumble, get back up. It's that simple. Set a goal and achieve that goal. It's that simple. Do not be discouraged by anyone or anything. It's that simple. And once you've realized this, I can assure you that each and every one of us will not perish, and we will make Bracken High School one of the greatest schools to have produced the greatest group of matrics that has ever been told. My name is James Kasanda, and I am the RCL President of Bracken High School. Thank you very much.
Good morning, honored guests. Mr. Mpela, our circuit manager, Mr. Shandu, our IDSO, Mr. Shandu's my boss, and Mr. Mpela's Mr. Shandu's boss. So we've got all the bosses here today. And Mrs. Mpafudi, our SGB chairperson. Good morning to our Bracken High academic staff, to our parents of the class of 22, and most importantly, and the reason why we are here today, good morning to the class of 2022. A valediction is always such a special occasion, the culmination of years of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of success achieved. So it's only fitting that today we commemorate the road that we have all traveled together these last few years. It has been a journey that started with perhaps tentative steps. Remember how brave you tried to be as you walked in through those big gates on the first day of grade 8? But one that has taken us to remarkable heights. We have encountered some trials and tribulations along the way. A global pandemic, just as you started to settle into your grade 10 year. But we soldiered on, and we came out stronger for it. We have experienced exceptional moments and created memories that will be fondly remembered in the years ahead. Henry Ford wisely said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a process, and working together is success." As we look back over the last 5 years, certainly there was a beginning, and thankfully, there was always progress. And yes, undeniably, we have been successful. The end result, ladies and gentlemen, of our coming together, of our keeping together, and our working together, in spite of the obstacles that we may have faced along the way, this end result is the graduating class of 2022. I'd like to read to you a story. It's a little passage of an elder walking through a forest area with a young man about to start the next journey in his life. And it says, "It began as a cold, clear fountain." And of course, I've got to make geographic references here. "It began as a cold, clear fountain in a fractured hillside. then tumbled down over the mossy stones and last year's autumn leaves. At the foot of the hill, the stream took a course running southeast through tall strands of beeches, maples, and oaks. And by the time it left the forest, 5 kilometers later, it carried the river's ambitions. But in the center of the forest was a watery dream, about 10 feet wide and 10 inches deep. Fallen logs made bridges for chipmunks, foxes, and children looking for secrets. Occasional shafts of sunlight revealed freshwater mussels in the silt, crayfish picking over pebbles, water beetles dancing on the surface, and young trout darting amongst the roots, branches, and softly bubbling falls. The stream was full of life and full of lessons for those who knew how to see them. And regarding it silently on the bank stood the elder and the student. The elder and the student had arrived at the stream after walking the forest path for nearly 2 hours. Every step of the way, the student spoke anxiously of the impending choices that filled his mind with confusion. Should I travel? If so, where? That's always a yes to that answer. Should he continue his studies? If so, in what field of knowledge? Should he learn a new trade or perhaps join the family business? Should he save his money or spend it freely and enjoy life to its fullest? And on and on and on. And every step of the way, the elder only listened. When they reached the stream, the student felt silent. They stood side by side, watching the water. Then, pointing to a fallen twig, the elder asked, "If you throw that stick into the stream, where will it go?" The student answered, "It'll go downstream, of course." But the elder shook his head. "No," he said, "I want you to tell me exactly where will it go." The student crouched down on the bank and observed the water carefully. He noted the path of the leaves, the surge of the bubbles, the sway and drift of the weeds growing at the bottom, until he was sure. "Well," he said, "if I throw the stick to land at that spot, it will follow the current between the 2 rocks, rush over that fall, then swirl in the eddy for a moment, and then pass under this branch, and then move off under the fallen log over there." The student smiled, supremely confident. "All right," the elder said, "throw the stick." The student did, and he traveled on a course entirely different from the one he had predicted. They watched the stick drift out of sight. The student shuffled his feet, looked at the ground, and finally met the elder's eyes. "The important thing," said the elder, "is to throw the stick." Grade 12s. You are ready. Some of you more willing than others, and more than able to throw that stick. Yours is the future. On you, the world will come to depend. In fact, my pension depends on you as a workforce. May your years ahead continue to be characterized by empathy, compassion, objectivity, and a willingness to take risks. May you always lead by example and work hard and play straight. May your successes be many. It's tears of joy, grade 12s. May your successes be many and your tribulations be few and far between. We wish you everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been a privilege watching you progress and grow. Thank you.
parents, learners and teachers, welcome to Bracken High on this special occasion. We've come together today to pay tribute to our grade 12 group for 2022. A group of learners that have been put through their paces, having survived the COVID pandemic. These grade 12 learners have faced uncertainty, anxiety, and have been messed around during some of their most important schooling years. Grade 12s, I'm extremely proud of all of you for rising above this stressful ordeal. Many learners across the country walked away from their education when COVID came knocking. Yet you all persevered, an indication of your strong character. While we have moved past these challenges, the biggest challenge is yet to come, that of achieving a national senior certificate. There are many learners here that have applied themselves well this year and will go on to achieve much success. I'm certain of that. While walking the past 5-year journey with you, I have noticed a few concerns, fatigue being one of them. Fatigue seems to have crept in over this time, whether it be tired of studying, tired of trying, succumbing to bad influence, or even COVID fatigue. Well, I just want to tell you, giving up after 12 years is just not an option, especially with only 2 months to go. One final push is still needed. We must stand up and fight the scourge of laziness, uselessness, bad influence, even COVID fatigue. We must rise up against these ills and take charge of our destiny. We all get tired, and so we should rest accordingly. Some of us just don't know when to stop resting and when to start working. Well, the work needs to start now. Looking at our prelim results, the realization is that not all of us can go out there and become rocket scientists. Well, maybe Jade and Harold. Yet we can all go out there and make a positive difference. There may be limited opportunities available out there, as we know. However, employment will be characterized by your attitude and your resilience. Companies will always be looking to employ hard workers rather than employing people who think they know everything, yet do very little. Work ethic is key. Being on time is always important. Trying your best. These attributes are so important. With continuous determination, you will eventually reap the rewards. Earning marks at school is similar to earning money for working when you're older. A simple maths equation: 0 work equals 0 pay. Earning money as an adult is practiced at school while studying to achieve results. The time to prepare for the final starts today when you get home this afternoon. Ensure that you have all the resources necessary, as well as a quiet, conducive learning environment. There's a saying all of us learners need to know: work hard, play hard. Once you have completed your final exams to the best of your ability, only then do you get to play hard. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in your final exams and with your future endeavors in the big world. Be strong, be proud of yourself, give respect, be humble, and remember, you represent your family and Bracken High, so always do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, James, Ms. Caminos, and Mr. Dinkelman for the farewell messages. We now move on to our academic awards. We will start with our merit awards. We haven't practiced this bit, so these are the merit award learners. You need to listen carefully and then line up as your names are called. Could I ask Mr. Dinkelman and Ms. Hardy to please do these honors?
Good morning, everyone. In order to achieve a merit award when you are in grade 12, you need to have an overall average of 68%. And this morning, both Mr. Dinkelman and I are very proud to say that 41 learners are achieving merit awards today. I'm going to start with the learners who have achieved an average of 68%. Segofatso Maganyoga, Sipesihle Gianna. All right, guys, you need to stand up. You need to come to your right-hand side. If you can stay in your order, it does help us a lot. Khutadzo Sengani, Kamohelo Mofokeng, Fortune Maleba, and Fortune Maleba also wins the Computer Applications Technology Prize with an average of 70.3%. Okay. All right, and Abigail Luck, if you'd like to join that, those are our 68 percenters. And if you guys want to then come forward, Segofatso Maganyoga, Sipesihle Gianna, Khutadzo Sengani, Kamohelo Mofokeng, Fortune Maleba, and as I've said, with the CAT Prize, and Abigail Luck, who also wins the Mathematical Literacy Prize at 84%. Isn't that Fortune? All right, well done. On 69%, if we could ask the following children to come forward: Unati Dondolo, Tando Makonazi, Olwe Tubiana, Nombulelo Plaiki, Lwazi Nhlapo, Lilita Bovu, Empowerment Kamalo, and Cameron Dry. Right, first off we have Unati, then Tando Makonazi, Olwe Tubiana, Nombulelo Plaki is next, and Nombulelo also takes the Design Award at 91%. You can see our designers have a flair for the arts and the dramatics. Right, as we continue, Lwazi Nhlapo 69, Lilito Bovu 69, Empowerment Kumalo 69, and Cameron Dry. Right, on to our 70 percenters. Rulani Mabunda, Rendani Hangana, Olwetu Nkosi, Tokozo Mngube, Naza Kona, Leah Smith, Kia Ledwaba, Kamohelo Kobeli, Jordan Johnson. Right, if you'd like to make your way forward, Rulani Mabunda, Rendani Hangana, Olwetu Nkosi, Tokozo Mngube, Naza Kona, Leah Smith, Kia Ledwaba, Kamohelo Kobeli, Jordan Johnson. Well done. All right, I'm going to call from 71 to 74 together. Vinesh Rinadu on 71, Sinamtemba Mchali, Amukulani Nkosi, Siyabonga Somagakle, Paula Mubalama, Andile Bembe, Taylor Sheldon, Bongi Nkosi Gumede. Right, we'll start with Vaneshri Naidu on 71%, Sinatemba Mtali on 71%, Amukalani and Kosi on 71%, and Amukalani also gets the isiZulu prize at 87%. Siyabonga Somagakle at 72. Paula Mubalama at 72 as well. Right, I'd like to be able to acknowledge her in her awards, as well as getting the history prize at 85%. Andile Bembe at 72, Taylor Sheldon with an average of 73%, and Bonging Kosi Gumede with an average of 74%. That's Bonging Kosi. I'm going into the top 10 now with the Yule meeting. No, that's just one of the top 10. Right. Thank you, grade 12s. Right, I'm moving into the top 10 now. So in 10th position currently we have Vuyile Miti, then Lwazi Nhlapo, Mikhail Pillay, Nelisiwe Ngcele, Lebora Boya. Right, in 10th position, we have Vuyile Miti at 75%, as well as the top engineering graphics and design student at 74%. Right, just hold on, Vuyile. If I can just ask that I can read an entire thing before we clap, please, because he also gets visual art at 91%. Lwazi Nhlapo with an average of 76, and also the Consumer Studies Prize at 76%. Mikhail Pillay with an average of 78%, as well as Geography at 89%. Nelisiwe Ngcele has an average of 79%. Is Lebora Boya not here? No, okay. Right, she is here. Quickly. Oh. All right, this is the importance of just holding your applause off until all names are read, please, so that we don't miss anyone. Lebora Boya has an average of 80%. Right, we are now into our top 5. I will call you forward and then I will make mention of everything else. So in 5th place, we have Nomhlebo Buthelezi. Right. Can I get to number 1 and then you can clap, please? Karabelo Baroto, Ayana Sambo, Dylan Naidu, and Jaden Harold. Right, Nomhlebo Buthelezi has an average of 81% and also receives a voucher. Karabelo Baroto has an average of 82% and also receives a voucher. Ayana Sambo has an average of 84%. She also receives a voucher, as well as being the other geography top achiever at 89% and life orientation at 96%. Dylan Naidu has an average of 85%. He also receives a voucher, as well as top physical sciences at 89%. Right. Yes, Great Elves, you've understood correctly. So Jade and Harold, 9% above everyone else at 94% average. He receives a voucher and accounting at 88%. Well, it's a list, please. Afrikaans at 93%, business studies at 100%, English at 91%, life sciences at 93%, and mathematics at 96%. Well done, David.
Well done, everybody. We're now going to award our colours. Please could Ms. Mfofudi join us on stage, and Mr. Masiza will help you with the handing out of these colours. To be awarded academics colours at Bracken High School, we first are going to award our scrolls. Learners need to achieve an average of 70% for 3 years. So the following learners are going to be receiving this. The following learner receives his scroll for the first time. Rulani Mabunda. Carolani, stay on the stage. You've worked hard. The following learners stay on the stage. We're re-awarding academic scrolls to the following learners. Can I call all their names out and then we'll applaud? Amukalani Nkosi, Bongikosi Gumedi, Lee Smith, Naza Kona, Ntukoza Mtsube, Siyabonga Somakakle, and Vaneshri Naidu. Right, Amukalani Nkosi. Bongikosi Gumedi. Lee Smith. Naza Kona. Ntokoza Mkubi. Siyabonga Somakakle. And Vaneshri Naidu. Well done, everyone. Following 3 learners are receiving half colours for academics for the first time, which in your matric year is an exceptional achievement. Lebo Raboya, Neliswe Sele, Nomsebu Butalezi. Okay, and then, ladies, if you'll wait there, let me call up the re-awards as well. So half-colour re-awards for Lawazi Nklapu, Mikhail Pillay, and Vuyili Miti. Lebo Raboya. Neliswe Sele. Nomsebo Butalezi. Lawazi Nklapo. Mikael Pillay. And Vuile Miti. Very well done. We move on to our full colors. Iana Sambo is receiving her full color, academic colors this year. Well done. Re-awards are going to Dylan Naidu, Jaden Harold, and Carabella Baroto. Right, Iana Sambo. Dylan Naidu. Jaden Harold. And Carabella Baroto. Well done. We're going to be awarding some of the colours that, following our colours committee, seems this is your final assembly matrix that haven't been awarded yet. So we need to award our Stedford colours. The following learners come up: Leah Smith, Lolita Bovu, Fuisa Makansi, Naledi Mosiani, and Jaden Harold. All right, scrolls are being awarded for our Stedford to Leah Smith, Lolita let's go one at a time. Leah Smith. Lolita Bovu. Vuisa Makansi. Naledi Mosiane. And Jaden Harold receives his full colours for our Stedford. I'm going to call the last three learners up. Hariapa Makale, Mikael Pillay, and Ntokozo Nsube. Yes. Oh. Cross country and chess. Right, these are our cross country and chess awards. Hariapa Makale receives his scroll for cross country. Mikael and Ntokozo, Mikael is receiving a full colours re-award for chess. And Ntokozo is receiving full colours for chess. Hot off the courier delivery this last week, we also received the results from our Cat Olympiad and have decided to award 2 learners today. So Lebo Raboya and Abigail Luck, if you could come forward, please. Both learners are receiving a bronze award for the Cat Olympiad in the elite division. Well done, ladies. Thank you, Ms. Mpafudi. If I could ask Mr. Shandu to join us on stage for the awarding of the trophies. Maths first. Then it's English. Then Afrikaans. Yeah, pass it to Mr. Shandu to hand over. Okay, we start. I've asked the subject or departmental heads to assist with the handing out of the awards. So we'll start with the maths ones first. The Maths Literacy Highest Marks Trophy goes to, in fact, let me rather call the learners up, all the maths ones together. It's 2 of you, Abigail Luck and Jaden. Oh, you're here already. Okay, Abigail Luck receives the Maths Literacy Highest Marks Trophy. Jaden receives the Mathematics Highest Marks Trophy. Okay, and just wait there, Jaden, use your other hand. You also receive the SASA Trophy for highest marks if we combine your grade 11 and 12 results together. English next. English. Thank you. Okay, if I could ask that you place the trophies on the table at the back, and then once the proceedings are done today, you can come back with your parents and take photos of your trophies. Have a look what they look like. So you can find them. Okay, we move on to the English Awards. I hope Jaden did some training today. All right, if the following learners can come up, Ayana Sambo and Pelokazi Dubalakwele. And Jaden. Jaden, you need to also come forward, please. Okay, wait. Okay, Ayana must come first. Okay. Ayana receives the creative writing, the Jennings Trophy for creative writing. Pelokazi receives the Pacini Trophy for English progress. And Jaden receives the Statulis Trophy for best in English. Okay, we'll ask, we're going to do fall next. So the following learners, please come up. Amukalani Nkosi, Jaden and Mikhail Pillay. All right, the Bokopani trophy for the best Isi Zulu goes to Amukulani Nkosi. The Junior Report Reyes Trophy for Afrikaans Prestasie goes to Jaden. The Salmons Trophy for Afrikaans Vordering goes to Mikhail. Jaden, get your left hand ready. You also received the Basil L Trophy for Best Bilingual. All right. Jaden doesn't do cats, so we can move on. Good fortune, Maleba and Kutato Sengani, come forward, please. The Marty Roo Trophy for Cat in grade 12 goes to Fortune. The Debbie Pretorius Trophy for Diligent Cat goes to Kutadzo. Thanks, Mrs. Fisher. We're going to move on to the Accounting Awards. If Aidan Naidu and Jaden Harold can come forward, please. Aidan Naidu. It's Aidan Naidu. Okay. Is Aidan not here? He was receiving the award, the Tracy Pickup Trophy for Most Improved Accounting through the year. All right, the BDO Trophy for grade 12 goes to Jaden Harold. Moving on to the Art Awards, Mr. Chusen. Okay, the Carl Oosthuizen Trophy for Highest Marks in Visual Arts, Vuyile Miti. Okay, let's call all the art people up, Vuyile. The Iona Murray Trophy for Best Practical Art is Vuisa Makansi. Let me call your names out first. Chanel Subin, if you can make your way forward. Nombulelo Plaiki and Celine Fenter. All right, let's start with the Carl Oosthuizen Trophy for Highest Marks in Visual Arts, Vuyile Miti. The Iona Murray Trophy for Practical Art, Vuisa Makansi. The Design School Art Trophy, Chanel Subin. The Design Trophy for Highest Marks, Nombulelo Plaiki. Okay. The Chusen and Nichols Dynamic Vision, Best Design Practical, Celine Fenter. Okay, well done, art and design students. We move on to business studies. If Jade and Harold can come forward, please. And Miss Siki. Jaden receives the Allied Bank Trophy for Best Business Studies Matric. Physical Sciences, if Ms. Onachilam can we come forward, as well as Nomsebo Buthelezi and Dylan Naidu. All right, Nomsebo receives the Toronto Square Trophy for Most Improved Physical Sciences. Dylan receives the Grade 12 Science Trophy for Best Matric Physical Sciences. EGD, if Mr. Dinkelman can come help hand out. Thanks, Ms. Onachilam. All right, Vuyilemiti, if you could come forward, please. Really, come up, please. You're receiving the Ash Trophy for Best in EGD. Okay, and use your left hand to receive the Technical Department Trophy for Best PAT. We move on to the humanities, if Ms. Hardy can come forward, please. As well as Paula Mubalama, Ayana Sambo, and Mikhail Pillay, and Tumi Mashordi. All right, the Quiz Vessels Trophy for Best Matric History, Paula Mubalama. The Caminos Trophy is shared with, between Ayana and Mikhail. I see. Okay, Tumi has been awarded the Most Improved Geography, so let's clap in his absence. Yeah, the geographer got lost. Okay, Consumer Studies, if Ms. van den Berg can join us. And the following learners, Lwazi Nklapo, Siyabonga Somakakle, and Naza Kona. Okay, the Chandler Trophy for Best in Consumer Studies, Lwazi Nklapo. The DeVol Trophy for Best Matric Practical Consumer Studies, Siyabonga. The Talmage Trophy for Most Diligent Consumer Studies, Naza Kona. Well done, and what a lovely smile. We leave the best subject to last, the one that where it really matters, life sciences. Ms. Wilson. Right, Mrs. Mpafudi? Okay, can the following people please come forward? Jaden Harold, Mbali Patedi, and Lebo Raboya. Oh, it's so nice to surprise some of them. Jaden receives the Life Sciences Trophy for highest marks in Life Sciences. Mbali, you're receiving the Janika Marais Trophy for most improved Life Sciences. The Kurt Wiffler Health Sciences Award goes to Lebo Raboya. This is for a learner who receives the highest marks in maths, physical sciences, and life sciences, and is planning on studying our health sciences next year. Very well done. Thank you, Mr. Shandu. If I could ask Mr. Mpelo to join us up on stage for the few big awards at the end, please. Yeah, the councillor and all of that. All right, if I could ask Ayana, Carabello, and Jaden to come forward, please. Oh, Ms. Caminos, would you also like to come up and help Mr. Mpelo? Sorry. Best Girl Councillor, Ayana Sambo. Best Boy Councillor, Carabella Barotto. All right, the Grootboom Corsi overall consistency in the FET phase. That means the learner received the highest average for grade 10, 11, and 12 goes to Jaden. With that award, Jaden will receive 2,000 Rand. Yeah. Okay. Jaden, you need to remain on the stage. Thank you, Carabello and Ayana. Aduk Skolai goes to Jaden Harold. Okay, the University of Pretoria has said if Jaden decides to study at UP next year, he'll receive a bursary to the value of 10,000 Rand. Okay, and our final award is our Achiever of the Year, and that goes to Jaden Harold. Very well done, Jaden. But I do want to read what I've got about Jaden. Jaden is an exceptional young man. He upholds himself to a high level of integrity and success. His diligence and perseverance have resulted in outstanding success in all his endeavors. We have witnessed the deep sense of commitment he shows to his work and cultural activities. His maturity, logic, and quick sense of humor allow him to see situations in perspective, allowing him to keep a clear head against challenges. The words very good and excellent are applicable to many aspects of Jaden's character: perseverance, leadership, and self-confidence. In recognition of his leadership abilities and his ability to build rapport with his peers, Jaden was elected an RCL councillor in 2022. Duties he has carried out fairly and efficiently. Over the years at Bracken High School, Jaden has maintained his top achiever position. He was awarded full academic colours in grade 10, re-awarded these then in grade 11 and 12. This year, Jaden has maintained a subject average above 90%. Jaden has also participated in the World Knowledge Olympiad in 2019 and 2020, as well as in the Maths Olympiad in 2018 and 2020. Jaden has devoted many hours to all aspects of our cultural activities, achieving commendable results in the Albert and Stedford. Jaden has displayed a flair for writing and acting. He wrote, directed, and acted the grade 12 play, which received awards at our School Play Festival, the Albert and Stedford, and the Edenvale Amateur Drama Society. He was awarded a scroll for his performance at Eads. Through his initiative and imagination, Jaden founded the successful school newspaper, working as the editor-in-chief. Jaden has been a valuable member of the public speaking team for 3 years. Jaden has also participated in hockey. This morning, Jaden was awarded 6 subject prizes, as well as now 10 trophies. Jaden, you are really a worthy winner of our Achiever of the Year. Okay, we move on to a choir item where Mr. Bulana, the choir, and Miss Bulana will sing from a distance for us.
God is watching us.
Right, we are now at the part of the program where we would like to acknowledge every single person who is part of the class of 2022. Now this is quite a feat as we have 226 children. I see we have a couple of gaps this morning, but we are going to be calling every single person up and acknowledging you. What I just want to make mention of before you come up is that everybody will be receiving a report. Parents, that's quite important. That it doesn't disappear before you've seen it, as well as some instructions regarding the final NSC exams that I'll be talking to afterwards. And then each learner will also be receiving an alumni gift. Now this is the first year we are doing this, and an alumni gift is something that we say, this is what keeps you as part of Bracken High. This is not part of our school uniform. So this cannot be worn to school in the next 7 or 8 weeks, as it were. This is something that you take with you, boys, when you always, or gents should I rather say, when you need to go to an interview and you realize you only have your red school tie, this is where your alumni tie could come in. It's something that helps you identify to your school, and ladies, you will all be receiving a scarf. So this is something. We have heard positive stories of this where people go to interviews and they are recognized in different countries based on the badge that they wear. So we ask that when you do wear it, you wear it with pride. I'm going to be calling you up in alpha order, and pretty much 12 of you at a time. So we'll start, I'll call all your names and then you can come across towards Mr. Dinkelman. Akshay Ajuda, Cole Anthony, Keneal Arthur, Leighton Archendorf, Ryan Bailey, Andile Bembe, Zenali Bayers, Olwetu Biana, Karabelo Baroto, Tyron Buerta looks like he's absent, Sheldon Bowers, and Lolita Borvu. If you could come across and receive all your documents and your alumni gift. Yeah. I'm going to ask the next row if you can come out in your alpha order and wait at the bottom of the steps, and then I will call you up onto the stage. Parfait, you would need to be in the front. We recognize this can be a time-consuming process, but we also want to acknowledge each person who is in this hall today. And so we do ask that every child gets the opportunity to be congratulated. But Tyron Buerta is not here. Right, our next group of learners, Parfait Bulela, Nomthebo Buthelezi, Tando Buthelezi, Kiara Seacharan, Nelisiwe Ngcele, David Chapaya, Dejan Claudia, Devonia Davids, Andile Dlomo, Tando Dlalisa, Nonkululeko Dlamini, Unati Dondolo. Guys, just check the names on your stuff because I can't see who's your. And Unati. Right, congratulations to these great girls. Right, well done, grade 12s. Cameron Dry, Pelokazi Dubulekwele, Kenny Fourpence, Liliana Gomes, Rowan Govenden, Aidan Govender, Kialan Govender, Yolanda Gumbi, Bonginkosi Gumede, Alanis Gungaraju, Rendani Hangana, Ashil Haripasad. Right, for our next 12, we have Jaden Harold, Joel Harper, Tyrese Hartley, Zoe Jason, Sipisikle Gianna, Jordan Johnson, James Kasanda, Wade Kavala Pasad, Kiara Kenneth, Hotatso Kanye, Mutswane Korai, Shaylin King. Right, moving on to our next set of learners, Kamo Kobeli, Molemo Komane, Maria Kubai, Tutuku Kumalo, Tembelikle Kunene, Zamugukle Langa, Dale Lawrence, Tsapiso Lebelo, Kiatlechile de Dwaba, Abigail Luck, Hope Lungu, Rulani Mabunda. Right, if the next row could get ready for us, please. Right, our next group of learners, Mpilo Mabuza, Mbali Madi, Siknelo Magubane, Lesejo Mahlope, Vuyo Mohonga, Benolo Majoro, Sejofatso Makanyoha, Hariepa Makale, Ntato Maketa, Letu Makubu, Riabetswe Makibelo, Lesedi Makola. Right, Fortune Maleba, Spesikle Malope, Marimecha Manamela, Veneshi Manana, Lechlochonolo Managekla, Sabelo Manye, Upiwe Mapotwane, Refilwe Maraja, Itumeling Masejo, Vuyo Masha, Prosper Mashele, Eliwe Masilela. You're shaking. You must turn and smile at the camera. Right, our next group of learners, Tsepo Matsuetsa, Musa Mateza, Puseletso Matabula, Cheyenne Matlala, Sapang Matsane, Rendani Mavunga, Kanya Mazibuko, Sandile Mbambo, Tolekele Mbata, Denayo Mchunu, Jalandre Makwaya, Unison Klanga. Right, it looks like our next group of learners are ready. We're going to give everybody their moment of fame today. Vuyile Miti, Vuyisam Kansi, Nompumelelo Mkubeni, Zama Makonazi, Tando Makonazi, Trent Mlangeni, Tokozo Mngube, Bontle Modao, George Modise, Andile Mofane, Kamohelo Mofeking, Klulehelo Mofeking. We'll go up to there. Right, the next group of children can move forward. Ashwarya Muhabir, Oleboheng Mohale, Lerato Mohomane, Kayalikle Makwena, Kutlano Makwena, Monalisa Mokoteli, Bontle Molefe, Benolo Molejane, Gudani Moletsane, Tato Melopi, Keegan Munsemi, Zinkle Mopedi. Ashwara Mohabir was the new. No, M, we're still in M. No, Mohabir. They were part of, just take these last three off, just take the top three off and then it should be right. Top three ones here on that side, and then you should be all right from there. Yes, there we go. All right. I hope the next row are ready. It seems many of our M children have chosen not to join us this morning. Right, our next group of learners, Mampodi Moralane, Tumi Mashodi, Naledi Mosiani. Right, grade 12s, I'm just going to wait until everybody is able to be acknowledged. Khotatso Musikili, Kensani Motale, Medisha Motapo, Palesa Mochi, Tsepi Matlodi, Pabalo Motlo Khalwa, Nayo Mutsitsi, Atlahang Mumako, Luyolo Mpela. There's a whole lot absent in this row. There's only 4 out of the 12 here. Right, Inotando Mpiti, Vuilwe Tumpongose, and Sakum Simaka, Stembisum Tombeni, Sinatemba Mchali, Paula Mubalama, Mulalo Mudalohote, Mohammed Murshid, Tamika Naka, Aidan Nadu, Dylan Nadu, Jaden Nadu. Right, Janisha Naidu, Vaneshwi Naidu, Darian Nagaru, Koketso Mwane. I'm going to wait again. Latita Ndukwana, Rendani Nefale, Zwivuyo Negodeni, Kumun Klapo, Luazi Nklapo, Amukalani Nkosi, Nompumelelo Nkosi, Olwetu Nkosi. Right, carrying on here with Sibusiso Nkosi, Siyabonga Nkosi, Likle Nobongoza, Mikle Nompalweni, Nigel Nsofu, Kanyisile Ntombela, Kanyisile Ntuli, Jamima Ntumba, Asanda Ntuta, Siyabonga Umalo, Nyeleti Nyati, Shayo Nyondo, and Shayo is not here. Mr. Dinkelman, Shayo is also not here. Right, our next group of learners, Samir Patel, Mbali Patedi, KG Patudim Paklele, Kabelo Pokodo, Mandla Pungula, Ryan Pina, Kiabetswe Pilane, Lorenzo Pillay, Mikhail Pillay, Risha Pillay, Nombulelo Plaiki, Naza Kona. Doesn't surprise me that you and Naza had the happiest smiles here this morning. Right, we are close to the end, so if we can just continue to remain calm. Kamohelo Raboya, Lebo Raboya, Asanda Radebe, Mbongeni Radebe, Nosipo Radebe, Zipuzintle Radebe, Madikhosi Rakumaku, Lutendo Ramashia, Rudol Ramkelawan, Nikesh Ramnarain, Ndieni Ramanisi, Mpo Rantete. Right. Mpora Shifacha, Olerato Rachafola, Ayana Sambo, Daneo Seleke, Donatella Selamela, Kenneth Samake, Hutatso Sengani, Taylor Sheldon, Ketmetse Sibeko, Malusi Sikakane, Tabang Samalani, Ethan Singh. Right. Just Tabang's not here, so just make sure Mr. Dinkelman knows. Right, just 2 more rows left. I'm going to wait for you to settle down. Kartika Singh, Suyuri Singh, Unati Sitole, Kulani Siweya, Leah Smith, Liam Smith, Paula Solomons, Siyabonga Somagakle, Chanel Subin, Letlotlo Tabola, Katleko Tantij, Lindugukle Takoa. Right, our last group of matrics for this morning, Mikhail Tulkanum, Nomfundu Twala, Klengiwe Shabalala, Casey van der Merwe, Dominique van Wyk, Tyron Venkatsamy, Celine Fenter, Olwetu Vilakazi, Siposetu Kakaza, and Dumisani Zikalala. No. That's it. Right, I'm going to just wait for the last group of grade 12s to be able to find their seats. We are nearing the end of proceedings. However, it is important, both grade 12s and parents, guardians, caregivers, that I brief you this morning regarding our final NSC exams. A lot of stuff the grade 12s have heard, and it never harms hearing it again. And parents, it's important that you understand our instructions and our expectations as we broach these exams. To the parents sitting here this morning, this is the last part of the road for your children, and we need your assistance and support. As much as they seem grown up, they still need your guidance and your help as they navigate these final exams. As I go through a couple of things with everyone this morning, I want you to please understand that everything is underpinned by Umalusi, which is the independent body that governs these final exams. Umalusi is the body that ensures the integrity of the matric certificates that get handed to our learners. And what we want is a smooth and a calm exam session. It is not my desire or any other person to have an upset child before they enter. But what we need to be clear upon this morning is that we have rules and regulations, and in order to maintain the integrity at our center, Bracken High School, we will follow these to the T. So first I'm going to cover the day-by-day expectations to you. Full and correct school uniform must be worn for all exams according to our code of conduct. This includes correct hairstyles, shaving needs to be sorted out, particularly nails, and we've noticed a lot of girls this morning who have not complied with the code of conduct, and it's actually not acceptable. Piercings need to be accurate, and so do shoes. Parents, we will phone you and ask you to come and correct your child's uniform before we allow them to sit for the exam. We do a thorough check at the door every morning as per our DBE instructions. My advice to learners, it's going to feel like this in the hall while you are writing. Summer uniform is your preferable choice. Masks are not required for the exams. However, if a learner chooses to wear them, they have to remove them at the door and they have to show them to the invigilator upon entering the venue. They should not be used to hide incorrect jewelry or shaving. At no point in time may blankets, towels, scarves, or any type be brought into the venue. It is very important that all our candidates are eating nutritious and regular meals, particularly breakfast before they write in the morning. I know some children get very nervous, but they are sitting in this hall, in this heat, some of them for 3-hour exams. They need to make sure they can sustain themselves. If they are here for a double session, it is a good advice that they bring a packed lunch. They may not leave the property because then nobody actually knows where they are. Learners must be at 7:30 at school by 7:35 for all first session papers, because we open the doors at 8 o'clock for seating, and when they finish their first session exams, they will also exit through the top gate. For the second session, they must be at school by 12:30 to be seated at 1 o'clock for an exam that starts at 2 o'clock. Obviously, the ending of exams has already been indicated to you on the final timetable, and attached to the learners' reports is a hard copy of this as well. Learners know from our practice with prelims, all bags get stored in the canteen. If learners arrive late, if they have not been seated by 8:30 and 1:30 respectively, they are locked outside until the beginning of the exam starts, and they only enter at 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock. This is according to DBE instructions. They do sign a lockout register, and this is to monitor the punctuality. It is never advisable for learners to be late for exams. Often in the morning we don't see this, but we see this a lot at the second session, where learners have to catch a taxi or get transport to school. They leave home too late. They get here at 1:35 and they will not be allowed in until 2 o'clock, and then they are frazzled. We don't want that. Please remind your child, you've got to be there at 12:30. If you need public transport, leave an hour before or whatever. All right, candidates are also expected to return all of their textbooks. I've sent the schedule via email out. Failure to return these textbooks will result in learners not receiving testimonials with their results in January. As per our DBE instructions, no electronic devices, including smartwatches, should even be brought onto the property, let alone into the exam venue. They are best left at home for safekeeping, because Bracken High School will not accept responsibility to safeguard, neither accept any liability whatsoever for any valuable or personal belongings that get damaged or lost during the exams. Learners know by now that obviously before the exam session starts, in other words, before they are seated at 8 o'clock or 1 o'clock, they should be using the bathroom. In their paperwork that we've given them, it actually states that they may not leave the exam or the venue during an exam is happening. That is stated in exam form 11, unless there is an emergency. We are not heartless. If a child is nauseous or is feeling like a little bit of a tummy bug, we help them. But we cannot have children who just want a breath of fresh air. It's against the instructions. No food or drinks may be brought into any exam venue. When it comes to attending each exam, learners are required to have their South African ID card as well as their admission letter to gain access to the venue. We will be distributing admission letters on Monday the 31st of October when everybody comes in for their English paper 1. Admission letters are really to be kept safe. You cannot enter an exam without one. My advice is that day it comes home, you make a copy of it, and so there's always a backup. But because we are super organized, if you ever fail to present any of those documents, it costs you 10 Rand a copy. Those who are regular visitors know where my office is. Right, DBE also requests that all learners have to sign a pledge stating that they will approach these exams in an honest manner and with integrity. We will also be doing the pledge with our learners on the first day of the exams. And parents, there is also a pledge that you are required to sign. We are going to be sending this electronically this week, as well as a form that you are completing saying that you've read the document, and it basically covers the fact that you will be supporting your child through these exams. Secondly, we were called for training by the Exams Integrity Unit this year, asking us to ensure that all candidates and their parents know and understand the consequences of their actions should acts of dishonesty be committed, and this then forms what we refer to as a serious irregularity. So these irregularities include having an electronic device, such as a cell phone, on your possession, having crib notes in any form, or attempting to communicate and copy in a venue. In the case of all serious irregularities, the affected subject is blocked. In other words, their child is not resulted, and they do not receive exam results in January. The candidate will be subjected to an investigation, will need to attend a hearing, which often takes place at our school, and the regulation provides for the examination barring, depending on the severity of the case, between 1 to 3 exam sittings. Now I'm going to explain this a little bit to you. So in October, November 2021, Gauteng had 204 candidates who were not resulted. In other words, when everybody else received results in January, they did not. In our school, we had 1. The candidate I'm referring to chose to keep her cell phone on her possession. The phone was switched off and she did not intend to use it to cheat. Her alarm went off and alerted us to the fact that she had a cell phone on her person. The cell phone was removed, her paper replaced, and a number of statements were written. That cell phone had to be taken to the district, and then an investigation proceedings followed. The candidate received her cell phone back around a week after results were released, but bearing in mind, her results were deemed incomplete. Even though the candidate did not intend to cheat, she had defied the rules, and her subject was blocked and she was not resulted. The candidate was able to write in June and only received results in July of this year. So just to make sure we are clear on this, if a candidate is in the possession of a cell phone, their results are declared null and void for that subject, and they face one examination barring. If they are in the possession of crib notes in any form, the results are declared null and void, and they are barred from 2 exam sittings. In other words, they would only be able to write in November of 2023. If candidates are assisting one another through communication or however else, the results are declared null and void, and they are also barred from 2 exam sittings. If there are any leakages via WhatsApp, for example, you receive a question paper via WhatsApp, immediately you should report it to your parents, you should arrive at school and you should be reporting it to the principal as well as the chief invigilator. Failure to do so will result in your results being nullified, and the Department of Education may institute criminal actions against candidates. Candidates may be arrested, prosecuted, and receive a criminal record. When you think of that, it's not worth it, grade 12s. And this is the reality of what has happened to around 204 children in Gauteng this last year. Thirdly, and particularly to the parents, I want you to please have a careful look at your child's report. As Mr. Dinkelman has already mentioned, as proud as we are of them this morning, we are also concerned that some of the results after the prelims are not where they should be. If learners have failed a subject or scored less than 40%, we are appealing to you that they come to school for the next 2 weeks and complete productive revision in every subject. Our concern is that they are not self-motivated to study and still need the assistance of the grade 12 educators. I mentioned to some of my geographers yesterday that at least if they are in my classroom, we can work through past papers. But lying around till 10, making food till 11, cleaning till 12, TikToking after that, that is not productive. They could have had 6 productive hours on school property. During the prelims, some learners were using BioPlus and energy drinks to keep them awake, as they had stayed up all night frantically studying. This meant I was called often because they needed to leave the venue for the bathroom. We are not supposed to be taking bathroom breaks during an exam. It says they may leave in an emergency. So things like that, staying up all night, is actually not advisable at all. We are here to assist you, grade 12s, and strongly encourage you to be at school for the next 2 weeks where we can help you. Before I start finishing off, to the parents, as I asked you in the beginning, we need you to support your child, communicate with your child, and know what is going on. They still need you, particularly in the next 7 weeks. Then lastly, to the grade 12s, this is your last shot at creating the future you want to live. As much as your teachers and parents are here to support you, only you can write each exam. You need to keep the goal of your future in the forefront of your mind as your motivation when preparing, because these are final exams, not just a small task. Plan well for the next 8 weeks. Sleep well, eat well, and keep your focus. Remember, each one of you have an individual goal, and this is you need at least 4 50% or above so that you get a quality bachelor's pass. Quality passes are going to open doors to quality futures. And we would love to celebrate that with you. Thank you.
Before I read the benediction, I'd like to do a few thank yous. First of all, thank you to Mr. Mpela, Mr. Shandu, and Ms. Mpafudi for assisting with the handing out of the trophies and other awards. To Ms. Mpafudi for also opening the assembly with a scripture reading. Mr. Sapato for the technical runarounds. Thank you to the choir, Mr. and Ms. Bulana, as well as Krista for the musical items this morning. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our ground staff, Mr. Bathani, Mr. Palazzo, and Ms. Nklapo, who assisted us in getting the stage sorted and with the parking this morning, and to Andrew for doing our live streaming. I conclude today's proceedings with the benediction. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we ask now for your mighty hand to be upon our matriculants. May they find comfort in this community's continued embrace and support as they journey through life. May they find strength as they prepare for their final examinations. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and success. Enable them to stay true to their dreams for your greater glory and to discern what is right, good, and just, to use their gifts wisely and in service to others. Empower them to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love, guided by your light, so that they may use their talents to, in the words of St. Ignatius Loyola, go forth and set the world on fire. Grace be to them, grace be to all of us. Amen. Finally, matrics, I bid you farewell with this blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be on your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Okay, I'm going to ask the staff now to form a tunnel. We're going to form it from here, moving that way. And then I'm going to ask the matriculants, we're going to see how this works. From this row, Ms. Drake will guide you to walk through the tunnel as we honor you, because that's exactly what it is, your teachers.
Raise me up to Thank you.